Alright, let me go ahead and get a prediction up. Set it for 15 and see how things go, and then we'll be covering rounds 1 and 2 of FNF today. It's been a hot second since we've covered FNF. That is a-okay. And then after this, I'm probably going to be doing DayZ. I want to work on some bookkeeping tomorrow. I've decided, or today, well, working on some bookkeeping today. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to take it a little on the easier side because I've got a lot of other things I want to juggle first. And then we'll try to get back on track with everything else. We got the Star Wars campaign starting next week. We have Rhodesia to continue. The zombie campaign. I think after this last mission, I think that's a good place to put it. I had another idea on, things to do on some islands, but based off of the pathing and everything else, I think we've played every gimmick we can on that one for the player base there. Something I heard Ron came up. There's no El Presidente. That's fine, Jesse. I'll at least cover round 1 then. But otherwise, I mean, this is just small squad PvP, and then what? Green 4 gets a little bunker down here they can spawn in. That's nice. I recognize this one too. This is one of those compositions. Really nice one. It just has a lot of textures on it. But I mean, with how Arma is these days, I mean, the server was handling. Actually, no, the server for today's zombie mission, for example, was being a bit funky, but that's because we had, like, up to 500 AI running around at once in the beginning. And then I had to group them all together, and then one group handling that much AI, like in the hundreds, is also unprecedented. Regardless. Yeah, I'm just going to be taking it easy the next few days. We'll still be doing some streams here and there, but I want to work on the next Rhodesian arc, and I'm very behind on footage editing, so I'm going to be doing some of that after this. Alright, regardless, let's go ahead and look at the mission details for the operation here. So Blue 4 has a terminal and a sector they are defending. Green 4 are going to be trying to assault both of those positions. Loadout for Blue 4, it's going to be Australian Army, so we got AUG A3s, we got Mark 11s, SAWs, and let's see, AT4 and GPMGs for them. Green 4, meanwhile, going to be insurgent-based kits. So we got AK-74s, M76s for the marksman, which is chambered in 8mm Mauser. We got PKMs, RPGs, GP25s, the Grenadiers, and we also have GPMGs for them as well. They've got 2 HMG off-roads, a regular off-road, and 2 trucks. Looking at the sides for today, it is literally squad versus squad. Goddamn. Nemesis taking command of Green 4, Wise as a platoon medic, Jesse, Cullis, Olaf, Fancy, Gouliet, Nekomata, and Jasper all under Alpha. Bravo has Bomb-Proof, Zixmi, and Waldo. Bursty leading Bravo as the defense with Sash, Revision, Banks, Tackleberry, Oddball, Snodgeberry, Emil, and Kabubi. Damn. You know, I remember years ago, FNF used to have 2 full servers at about 124 was their cap. Now look at them. I've heard that they are going to more than likely begin the transition to Reforger very soon, because for them, it seems Arma 3's dried up for them. Which means this Friday slot will free up for us. I might try to find either an op slot to do for it, or move my own schedule around. And we'll just have to see how things go. What happened? FNF had its command structure change a few times with people who were in charge, and some people didn't always make the right decisions. You know how when I say never to bite the hand that feeds you, for example, and I've made that mistake. I've pissed off Bohemia a few times. Bohemia is the company that runs this game, and I've, had a few punishments for that. You want to also never bite the hands of people that help you out. And there have been a few times over FNF's history where people stepped on each other's toes in ways that didn't really mesh well, because you have to understand FNF relies on a bunch of communities to come in so they can pretty much, have a PvP match. So similar to OFCRA, similar to the Russian communities like WOG, Solid Games. They rely on all these people to come in every, time they do stuff. And I guess just for FNF, they've stepped on people's toes too many times, and now we're just kind of at the end. But, I mean, I know quite a few examples of things that happened between a lot of people, and I don't really want to air dirty laundry out. But, I think it's a testament of, if you're running a large-scale community, you gotta be careful who you can and can't piss off, Or you have to be able to weigh in things from various people. Like, a community like FNF relies on people to make kits, people to make missions, people to advertise the communities and bring other communities out there inward. And I think there were just a lot of instances where those really important people that weren't at the top of the chain of command, but rather in the middle, kind of got harassed and annoyed and pushed out of doing what they wanted to do. And they left with, taking everything away with them. And maybe one day I'll do, like, a full analysis of it, just to, put it to bed. But, I mean, this is the end result. But would it be like me pissing Ian off, for example? Or me pissing Valkyrie off? Or me pissing Seeker off? Or, there's a handful of people in the past that I pissed off and, lost. And with that, I lost things that they were working on, like Makarov, for example, in TSB. But you have to pick and choose your battles at that point, and then who you appease and who you can rightfully tell to F off. And, things just depend on circumstances. The reality is, Arma 3, for most of its player base, is a dying game. And you have to be very accommodating to everyone as much as you can at this point, because the game's 13 years old. Arma 4 is 2 years away. Most people are either playing other games or playing Reforger right now, and that's just the reality of it. I mean, even the YouTube algorithm is just completely against this game at this point, with the exception of a few channels, but they're not on the Arma 3 algorithm, they're on their own channel algorithm, if that makes any sense. So, we're just a dying breed at this point, and that's just the way it is. Alright, so Green 4 we see starting off, and yeah, they're just going to bring everything close by. I don't blame them. Literally just make this a squad-level fight and then see how things go off. We have the terminal tucked away in a building right here, and then we've got the sector kind of in the middle. Technically this walled-off compound here. I think Blue 4's best bet were to make a bunch of buddy teams and put them in specific buildings to try to pick off wherever Green 4 might come from. The issue is Blue 4, I don't think, can really guess. Well, no. If there's a single spawn point right next to the objective, I think at this point it's safe to assume Green 4 will come from that direction, but still, if they want to play security, put the two-man teams around and one or two in this one building with the terminal. Put a two-man team in that building, put a two-man team in this building. Put a two-man team somewhere over here and put the rest on the actual position here. And then wherever you take contact from, the teams that get engaged hold the engagement, and then the others come out and then come in and reinforce. When you're only dealing with, God, almost, 10 people on a side? 1, 2, 3, 9, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 9 to 13. I mean, every body counts at that point. With only 22 people here. Ooh. It's a shame. Hey, Auntie, how you doing? But it's fine. I'm going to go down with the ship, just like everyone else who's decided to stay. And then when Arma 4 comes around, we'll be right back to doing what we're doing. I'll be honest, I'm really behind on my video editing anyway, and there's a lot I need to get out to get us all back on track, but till then, let's keep it going. Safe start ends in a minute. Let's see. Looking at the actual players here, we still have some people I don't recognize, like Shash and Bombproof. But we got Zixme as a heavy hitter in Op4. Nemesis, obviously, a heavy hitter. Jesse's also pretty decent. Blue 4, Tackleberry's pretty good. Major Khan's pretty good. So it looks like they've divided things on both sides. But we'll just have to see how things play out. From Green 4's perspective, I think the best thing for them to do is just to try to get into the buildings as quick as possible. Maybe we'll see them just try to stay on the southern side and then cross the road right here and get in, because you gotta remember they don't have this type of POV that I have. They have the map. So from here, I think the best thing to do would be do have a little bit of high ground here, so they could send 1 or 2 guys up on the ridge to cover in advance going in. But it is to be expected that Blue 4 might be like right on that border. Or they could just sprint north and then try to cut to these buildings and then, you know, go left to right. No mention of who sucks? Nah. No one wants to watch a stream back and be told by the streamer that they suck. Let's be honest. I'm not here to step on toes, broke. Alright, so Blue 4 putting some Hunt IR rounds up. Those are going to give them little cameras. You'll see it in a second. There it is. And then they're just going to look around, see if they can see Green 4 sprinting in. Green 4, meanwhile, they're just going to blitz right to the first objective. Blue 4, they've done... So they took what I said, but spread themselves out even more, so there's only single players around. They're just going to try to ambush whoever they can see at this point. That's another Hunt IR going up. So Blue 4 genuinely has no idea where Green 4 is assaulting from. That's fair. Nem leading from the point. And the rest of these guys coming in. You know, the silver lining with having such a small group, though, is I can directly follow everyone who's playing at the same time. I'm not going to be jumping between multiple firefights.
Now. Are you winning?
Am I winning? What, in the game or at life? The answer is I have no idea, bro. But I hope you're doing okay. Thanks for the 55-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operation. So again, nice kick out of this scenario. Shots are fired. I don't know if maybe he accidentally shot Wise.
Like, arm, I hit you.
No, it went through my arm and hit my chest.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, okay, Nem accidentally shot Wise. So that gunshot's going to give away these guys here. You've got Major Khan now turned around, trying to look in this direction.
One shot to the west.
You hear Jesse moving around below. Major Khan is trying to rely on this keyhole. He's not checking his left, though. Fair enough, bro. Now he's looking, but of course he's looking now when there's nobody around. Jesse, meanwhile, completely moving past that area. He's trying to go for the sector. The issue is Blue 4 overextended their defense line. They've got people well outside of the actual firefight that's going to occur here. There. Now my tracers are on. You got Kabubi in a pretty good position right here with the machine gun. He's going to be able to hose anyone that moves by. But farther off, he's got some people engaging him. The issue is he needs to stabilize that machine gun in order for it to be accurate, but he's not going to get that option taking so much fire. Major Khan, meanwhile, gets knocked off the roof. Looks like he traded with Jesse. And he ended up flipping down. You got multiple smokes being launched in the air. Don't know what that's about. Kind of announcing where their position is, but then again, so is initiating the hack there. So the main fight is going to be for the sector here instead. Major Khan wakes back up. I'm assuming, yep, he's credited with that kill on Jesse. But Kabubi has also been picked off. I gotta wonder if that was by Fancy. No. Scotsman? Nope, I don't know who got him. Waldo. Makes sense. He's got the marksman rifle. He does have a view on the top of that tower. Probably got the headshot. It is now 8-12. What's going to turn the tide here is one of the defenders getting behind a group of the attackers here and getting a multi-kill.
I'm engaged by those 2 enemies I called out earlier.
The issue is I don't think Blue 4 has any room to maneuver anybody around to then get a flank in action here. You see some of Green 4, though, shooting at some of the Hunt IR rounds, though. Zixby, meanwhile, looking for an angle to engage Tackleberry. A lot of Blue 4 picked machine guns, and I'm going to be honest, probably not the best thing to choose here, because in order to utilize that weapon properly, you have to stabilize it with its bipod. But if you're getting suppressed, if you keep your head out like that, you're just going to get killed. So I saw Nekomata, I think it was shooting up at Tackleberry's position as well. There's the charge going off for the terminal. Not for have a lot of forces. They're now trying to move into the final sector. Emil gets spotted behind a tree and immediately picked off by Jasper there. Honestly, with the positioning of Blue 4 right now and Green 4 right next to the compound, there's a lot of barbed wire around it. So they have to go in through either climbing the wall right here or through the front entrance. I think Gouliat's going to realize he might be able to do that. He does. And that is one man in the zone, and it should be getting ticked down. Yep. So if they just hide in the building, it's GG. Nekomata takes like 6 or 7 hits there. Meme not intended. Also sprays down and manages to knock Jasper out. And Sash finally gets him. Owo getting suppressed by Gouliat here. He pushes off that window to another one. Honestly, Gouliat shouldn't be doing engagement right now. He should be holding the zone. Oddball looks like he's realized that the position is getting taken. I don't know. I think that's Green 4 throwing blind grenades over here as Oddball is now coming back into the compound. He only has a 1v1 to win, but there's only about 45 seconds remaining before the sector gets taken. Gouliat could catch Oddball out of position here. He does. But just can't seem to line the shot up as Major Khan is now shooting at Gouliat, knocks him out. Double tapping shots coming on. And just like that, with that wave of 3 or 4 kills, I think Blue 4 now has eliminated Green 4's number advantage. Olaf throwing a blind grenade. It doesn't get far enough to Major Khan. Major Khan on 2 kills so far. Bursty gets the kill on the one Green 4 gunner right there. Gouliat impressively wakes back up. Throwing some blind grenades. Thermite grenades going out. Jasper, I think, was trying to get OO there, but was unable to land the hit. Major Khan climbing over. He's going to catch Gouliat. Gets the kill. Comes down to basically finish him off, as Blue 4 have now pulled a majority of their forces on the defensive garrison here. Cullis takes a few hits, but otherwise shrugs them off. Blind grenade gets thrown over. That's going to probably get Cullis. It does. Explosive satchel goes off to the north. That was Nemesis potentially trying to take a building out. He does have a kill. And Blue 4 are now down to 4 within the compound. Green 4 have 4 around. It is even, but Blue 4 have everybody together holding this central position. Green 4, not so much. In fact, they just took a casualty. Now it is up to Bombproof, Zixme, and Nemesis fighting off Major Khan, Oddball, Bursty, and OO. Green 4, I don't see any explosive specialists, but they might have been able to loot some explosives from bodies here. They could probably take out OO's building, but this central barracks is going to be the tough one. Three v4 could go either way, but it is in the defender's advantage now. it would be beneficial. Zixmi on 2 kills, though. He has taken an enemy weapon as well and has an AT4. He could use that as a shock weapon. Owo deciding to fall into the building here. Nemesis watching from the northern side. He's going to vault over. Still has his 74. From this corner, he might be able to get some good views on some of the windows. Like that. So he saw that little highlight there. He's going to probably wait for an opportunity to get a headshot at this point. Oddball gets picked off. That was either by Bomb. Nope, that was Zixmi. Zixmi now loading the AT4. 3v3. Puts the AT4 in. Manages to knock Bursty out. More shots now going in. This barracks is showing some damage, though, so it could potentially be destroyed. Nemesis waiting with bated breath. He is trying to see if he can get an angle on one of the 2 players there. Bursty wakes back up. Zixmi's going for it. He doesn't know if the building in front of him is occupied either, so he's going up, guns up, being very cautious here. Nem, though, is in a pretty good position to do any flanking if he sees anyone pop up from at least the back right of the barracks. He doesn't really have a good angle on the left unless he... Nope, that's fenced off. Great grenade throw. Gets a kill. Zixmi throwing another one up there. That's going to be him on 4. Major Khan saw that grenade and ran back. He's now guns up back on this spot. He's looking. Another grenade bounces off the building. He's trying to blow the barracks up with grenades. He's not pushing. Major Khan. Another grenade goes in, gets caught in that. Oh! Major Khan vaults out of the window before he is blown up by the grenade. Zixmi pushes him and mag dumps his leg. Bomb-proof gets him from the flank. Zixmi finishes him off. You got Owo here just trying to camp. Honestly, that strategy might beat Zixmi because of that aggression, but nope, he is tunnel visioning on this open doorway. And he gets the headshot because he was prone. That is 5 kills on Zixmi. And that's GG. Welcome back to PvP, Zixmi. Usually we don't see him get more than a few kills, but when he locks in, he locks in. That was against 8 people, by the way, on the defense. Or excuse me, 9 people. So Zixmi, 5 divided by 9. No, 9 divided by 5? Whatever the ratio is on that. He killed over 50% of the defenders, though. After mag dumping him.
What do you want to do,
Well, not bad. Looked like Blue Fort got the upper hand, but when they folded everyone in, Zixmi just popped a few grenades. He had bomb-proof to support him. Nemesis was locking down the rear areas, but I'm going to be honest, Nem wasn't in the best position to support that. He was just hoping for a lucky pickoff, but Zixmi showed very good aggression there. And from there, with Bomb's assistance, he was able to get the pickoffs there. Not bad. All right, we'll be covering round 2. Hopefully they'll be able to process it fairly quick. And someone just blew up. But let's see how quickly we can get into round 2 here. So we'll pay it off to Green 4. It's like the majority did vote Green 4 there as well, or at least in the point distribution. That's fine. All right, what do we got? For our second round. First round was on Eulokia. Second round is going to be on... If Arma could take its sweet time to load. I have no idea what Bala Merghab is, but hey, that's fine. Maybe it's the birthplace of Glub Shido. You never know. What is this map? Bala Merghab. All right. Awesome. All right, this is round 2. Let's go ahead and look at what we got here. That is a lot of assets. Blue 4 is attacking an Op 4 terminal and sector. So similar to what we saw, except this time we've got vehicles. It's attacking an Op 4 sector and terminal. Op 4 has an 80 alpha and 2 cord statics. And Blue 4 has a lot. They have a lot. That's what I'm going to put. All right. Multiple M2 Humvees, an LAV-25, a UH-1Y with MGs, and a 5% numbers advantage. Let's see how long it takes for them to set everything up. Hydrate the shrimp. It's okay. I stream from a bowl of water. Even though if it means I drown myself. But it's okay. This shrimp will continue to stream. Because why not? Australian Commando Pack ACWP Blaster.pbo. Do the Australians have laser weapons now? Did I miss that in today's 2026 military briefing? Who knows? Well, 4 minutes in, they're almost all completely slotted, so benefits of them being smaller means they can get to the next round a lot quicker, that's for damn sure. I guess they're giving a brief on the AO at the moment. Alright. Debating if I want to stream mission dev today, or if I'm going to do the dev while I'm working on video editing. Did you miss the first fight? Yes. It was touch and go for a while. Green Force started with a numbers advantage. They lost that numbers advantage, and then even though Blue 4, the defenders, had the advantage, they then lost it again in a 3-4 fight. And, yeah, I know, it went from 3-4 to 3-0. Nuts. Onto you're on speed now? Fair. Put some flames on your cane. That should make you go faster. Yeah. With this few people, though, it's actually a detriment for Blue 4 if they have both the LAV and the UH-1Y fielded. I would think they just want to pick one vehicle and go with it. So maybe the the two SOCOM Humvees here with the M2s, maybe use those to get into the AO, but then you don't actually need them to support. That's an infantry push, or you can load everyone in the UH-1Y, or just have everyone with the LAV-25 and push in with that. I'd say, really, you're just trying to lock down that BTR-80 Alpha. So I think just taking the LAV-25, I mean, the 50 cal Humvees can also defeat the BTR-80 Alpha because the BTR is thin enough armor to be penned by that. All right, looking at this position, this is going to be a long start. Goddamn. I'm going to set for 20 minutes because we're going to be sitting here for 20 minutes. Now, not going to lie, nice map. So it's a river valley in the winter. It's actually a pretty big map, too. It's, this is a 20 by 20, huh? Very nice. Genuinely, though, I don't think I've ever seen this map in play before, so it's nice and unique. We have a terminal on top of a cop, and then we have the sector down here in this little valley area. Elevation can be up to 300 meters. Oh, wow. 400 even. For this massive AO. Neat. Second mission. How do I think they're going to do? The funny thing is, it's actually very difficult for me to predict what they're going to specifically do because with the player count being on the lower end, that means Blue 4 have so many different vehicles and options to choose from. We could see the two SOCOM Vics, we could see the LAV, we could see the helicopter, and they'd be able to basically put everyone on that area here. But if they do take vehicles, they're going to be attacking from the northern road. That's a given. Yeah. So if anything, OpForce should put the BTR somewhere that can not only see the northern road, but be high in the sky to take out the helicopter if need be. So honestly, this operation does lean towards the defenders because with how the terrain is, there's not a lot of options for OpForce to do much, or Blue 4 to attack from various vectors. All right. OpForce is defending the terminal and a sector, as we've called earlier. 1,500 meter render distance, 75 build points, 65-minute round. Safe start's still going to be 15 minutes long, so it's probably going to be another like 20 to 25 minutes before we see anything. 2 HE rockets, 1 per assistant for these guys. Huey has 50% less of the minigun ammo.
From the west.
Which is only for the minigunners. I'm going to be honest with you.
Have a bit of a
this is useless.
Drive, like
that's just going to get killed by the 80 Alpha, so don't even bother. But I already see people running up to it, so we already know it's not going to work out too well.
Drive a long ass way.
Don't build on top of buildings, except for sandbags. Increase the capture time for everything to 180 seconds, aka 3 minutes. Loadouts for Blue 4. It's Australian Army again, so AUG A3s, AT4s, Mark 11s, Mini-Me's, 203 GLs, P90s for the crew members, and then the GPMG. UH-1 has 1,000 rounds per minigun side. The LAV-25 has some AP rounds for its main gun. We have the two SOCOM Humvees, which have both a 50 cal and a 240 Bravo on the back, and then the second 240 on the turret side. And then some transport trucks. OpForce, meanwhile, we got the Iranian Army, so it's KH-2002s with PSG-1s for the marksman rifle, RPK-74s for the light machine gunners, RPG-7s for the light anti-tank, MG3s for the medium machine gunners, then MP7s for the crew. They've got 2 transport UAZs, a BTR-80 Alpha with 150 AP rounds, so they can waste some on the helicopter. And then 2 cord statics. Players-wise, Jesse going to be leading Blue 4. We have Cullis, Bomb, Shash, Bank, Wise, Majorcon, Zixmi, and Nekomata on Blue 4's Bravo, Golf, and then we have a single guy in Alpha, so it's Gouliot and OO. As a vehicle crew, I assume they're going to field the LAV, and then Alpha has Ash singular. We have Bursty leading Op 4, Curie leading Alpha on Op 4 with Tackleberry, Olaf, Jasper, Fancy, Waldo, Virtual Scotsman, and Honorolfa. And then the BTR-80 Alpha is being crewed by Oddball and Emil. There really are not a lot of options for Blue 4 because of how big these ridges are, unless they want to waste everyone's time and, you know, spend 30 minutes driving. They can really only come from the north. And honestly, what they're going to probably want to do is deploy the infantry further back, pick a nice ridge to put the LAV on, but even then the gun might not have the angle or depression to reach these really high ridges. Meanwhile, the 80 Alpha, all they have to do with it is get it on one of these high positions here and just have it watch the ridge. Literally, dismount the driver, have the gunner stay on, have the driver look around from anywhere between west, south, and east, and have the gunner just keep facing north, and you're good. Oh, this is just... This is a disgusting ridge to fight. Literally just put a marksman over there and laugh. That's all Op 4 needs to do. Oh, this ridge is disgusting. And that's the no, that's the terminal. So you can't even cheese it by putting like 2 or 3 people in the corner. Yeah, all right. No need to hold this damn sector. Just go hold that ridge up there and you're fine. And the really bad part is you're on a neighboring hill that's slightly taller, so the BTR-80 Alpha, if it stays here, can just look in that direction and blow away anything. Marksman can pick off it. Oh. This AO is really stacked against Blue 4. God damn. Ah, we're in Afghanistan. Makes sense. What are the numbers? Op 4 have 12. Blue 4 have 12 as well. Yeah, so 12v12. So Blue 4 don't even get the 5% number advantage. But then again, for 12... Oh. Oh, no! Oh! Well...
Sounds good to me. Even if you need to wait for the
Truthfully, I have no idea how Blue 4 is going to hit this position. Like, from any standpoint, I genuinely don't know. Op 4 just have to sit here, and they'll be fine. More bodies than bullet strategy. It doesn't work if it's a 12v12, though. I mean, the only way I would see this potentially being fair is if Blue 4 had some sort of mortar. Forcing Op 4 to hunker down so Blue 4 could do a vehicle rush of some sort. Because there's just no way. Blue 4 have to hit both objectives, though. So, the sector, again, that's easy to grab, but... Down there is nuts. I award this AO 1 yike. They gave Zixmy the helicopter. That's cute. So they're gonna put Blue 4 in the SOCOM vehicles. They got the LAV crew, and then Zixmy is just messing around with the chopper, I assume. Is he okay? Yeah, he can walk it off. He can walk it off. He's fine. Yeah, no, he's fine. What was I even thinking? I think they're doing their best. That's what they're doing. Definitely their best. Whoop. Okay, yep, that's enough of that. I guess they just hate helicopters. I feel like we're at a monster truck show. That's what I'm seeing here. Something's got to give. There it is. All right, when a mommy truck and a daddy truck love each other very, very much, I'm waiting for the god of physics to be reminded that he exists. You know, I have no idea what I just witnessed. I don't know what you just witnessed, but I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know as we study the local wildlife. Are they still smacking each other? This is how baby trucks are made. Of course they did.
Like 8 of us can take all 52 Humvees.
Supposed to take the Humvees. We're supposed to take the Humvees. Building is 10 to go.
Well, I guess this concludes the National Geographic part of this stream. So, they're fixing this. The rest of them are actually going to try to drive up this mountain range. And the BTR is going to probably have a snack. How about that? There's the LAV. Let's see, will Oddball find it? What do you think the odds are Oddball finds the LAV here?
Just keep going on it. React to anything that goes up there, but I highly doubt they're gonna try and climb.
He highly doubts they're gonna try to climb. Little does he realize.
Or at the least you can move the vehicle if you want to. Oh. Can you engage already or?
Hopping in now.
We've spotted.
300 west.
Well, now the BTR is being pulled up. Let's see if they're able to find anyone. Why did you stop? Why did the gunner get out? What? 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 I don't think Blue 4 deserved to even try to win this one at this rate. Like, what are we witnessing? So now they're trying to do recon. Oh.
Yeah, I see infantry northwest as well, along with another bit. I see the 50 count northwest. Between 300 and northwest. 250 count Vix. The whole
Yeah,
thing.
bring your autocannon Vic up. Go get it. One of you go get. Guys, get. Yes, you spotted them. Great. Guess what? Now you need to deal with them. If only you could, if you had some sort of, like, weapon that could, like, take them out at this range. Guys. Guys.
Northwest.
Even the rabbit migration's going that way.
Pretty sure it's to the west somewhere.
Hold on, wait. Wait. I think they're using more than 10% of their brain. So next time what you should do is have one guy continue to watch them while the other one just brings the vehicle up. Here we go, yes! Now just bully them with your autocannon. Because you have the elevation and you have the range, just bully them. You're running. You're no. Thank you. Just bully them. They're literally routing back. See, the issue is now Blue 4 is getting, like, right under the mountain. So the BTR is not going to have an angle to engage it. So now this firing position is going to be useless because now Blue 4 have the ability to charge right up on that position. So the BTR is going to have no choice but to either pull back or start moving up this side ridge. And then over to this mountaintop to get an angle. Damn, where's that autocannon when you need it? Wait. Nope. Never mind. I don't know if his engine's out. Oop! Cullis, you okay? I don't think that's how aiming works. Huh? But how are the bullets going over there when your barrel's pointed? Why are you out here now? What? Are they trying to flank around? I get that. My brain hurts. It's been hurting this entire round. Yaddle Cannon is going to try to do a massive flank around. And by then, Blue 4 is going to start getting forces on this mountaintop and then start to try and come onto the objective right there. So, you know.
What happened?
I'll bandage your, bandage yourself first by the sounds of it. Fuck it. I'll help you bandage.
Oh, my brain hurts. Yeah, Blue 4 is going to make ground. They're going to potentially get up to this, actually, no, they are going to get up to this ridge, but will they get to the base? That is entirely up to if Op 4 is actually competent. Op 4 have so many defensive positions to watch this one avenue of an attack. They've even booby-trapped the front gate. The question is Op 4 actually gonna be able to get a kill?
281.
The lid. Yeah, oh, now with the BTR gone, now the LAV can suppress this position. Up for? Why? Why? Just so you could try to get in close when Blue 4 has their entire force spread out? Like, they're gonna go in blind. The only way they're gonna win is if Blue 4... Oh, no. Oh, no. 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 They don't even know. Guys. Oh, what's that? What's that 50 cal shooting at? Huh, I wonder what that's for. Yeah, I guess. Let's just have a look. You see anything? Nah. Nah. Holy crap, they finally found him. Now we're gonna see the LAV bias of the autocannon doesn't do anything, it's gonna shred the BTR-80 Alpha. It's out of ammo.
Negative, LAV destroyed on the I'm alive.
Yeah, you're alive, he isn't though.
BTR is dead.
Meanwhile, we have a 3-man team that have run off on their own, and they're going to try to do this objective on their own. All right, let's see if we have Australian commandos playing today. Now, they're going to be a little confused because the map isn't upside down. So I need you all watching. If you're watching on a phone, turn that phone 180 degrees. If you're watching on a monitor, lift the monitor as high as you can and turn it around 180 degrees, all right? That'll put you in a better viewing position to see how Australians fight, okay? What if you're a laptop, then just, you know, hold your laptop and turn it upside down and just hold it like it's monkey bars. I don't know. Yes, so the Australians, it looks like they're on the side of a ridge, but when in reality, they're like atop a cave and they're just slowly climbing down. So it completely negates the defender's ridge advantage because the Australians are actually coming from above. Yep. So Waldo, he's trying to make the top of this mountain a little more defensive. Little does he realize the Australians are already here. Oh yeah, no, like I'm putting this all in jest. The BTR and the LAV not seeing each other. That happens a lot more often than you think. Okay. Jasper just got picked off. Waldo just died. And I think Olaf just realized he's got Australians behind him. Also, the reason the Australians attacked this way is by making this mountain inverted, they made the mines all fall out of the top of the mountain. And they went up there, alright? That's now where the ground is. So by negating the mines... Major Khan beats an MG3. He did have first shot, though. That's why. So far, the 3 Australians have beaten out a majority of Op4's infantry. Major Khan doing a bit of medical. Now you have Kiri turning around. He's doing a little bit of medical. Command HQ finds an Australian and takes him out. You see, the Australian, he almost fell. You saw him lurch up, so he got distracted. And then Bursty was able to realize that that was an Australian because he realized he was fighting someone that had inverted gravity, which is exactly what the Australians do. So he was able to PID based off of that critical mistake that Major Khan made. These are things you gotta think about when you're fighting Australians, man. Know the difference. Know how to spot it. It can save your life. If you ever end up in someone like Bursty's position here. Now you got Slash coming over. Or Sash. The Sash sprinting, the Hash slinging. He's the Slasher. He's coming. It's fine. So you see some of the Australians, they're firing, but they're not accounting for the fact that they've inverted gravity, so their bullets are just going way high on the ridge, you know? It happens. Looks like they used a satchel to blow the barbed wire. That's fair. Grenades going in as the Haslinging Slasher is now trying to get an edge into here. Op 4 down to 5 infantry. Because that BTR... Oh, wait, no, there's still this guy. So he's been providing some scouting data for the 5 infantry fighting for their lives. I'm sure that's going to be very helpful. Okay. Oh! Zixby's now coming in as an Australian. He's got 3 kills. Op 4 down to 4. Zixby trying to get that headshot, but can't seem to line it up. I mean, Zixby was the savior of the last mission. Let's see if he can keep it going. Gets the headshot. That's 4 kills for Zixby. Fresh mag. Kiri's hiding underneath. He's gotten 2 of the Australians so far. Oh, Op 4 command is taken out. Grenades being thrown into compounds. Tackleberry holding this position. There are 2 Iranians left. Kiri was taking fire. Uh-oh. Zixby gets him from behind. You know, it's not just if the Australians are upside down from you, you're screwed. If they're behind you, you're also kind of screwed as well. God help you if you're a spider, by the way. Let me guess. Zixby. 6 kills. Crazy. Alright, the LAV has forgotten that it is Blue 4. And it is now attempting to engage Blue 4. Zixby instead of Zixby, goddamn. think he's calling in to say, hey, stop shooting me. All right, anyway, this is a blue 4 victory because there's no way Oddball can get back in here in time. So, yeah, 2 minutes, there's no way. All right, that's pretty much GG. How Blue 4 won this? They had the power of autism on their side, and you got to remember, they were doing here. Let me see if I can. I have an idea. Hold on. Wait, I got this. Let me show you how they were fighting. Can I go into my properties, go to transform Australian vision? No, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Let's see. Transform. Maybe it's this one. Yep, all right. This is how the Australians fight, all right? So as you can see, by inverting everything, they were able to pretty much... this is how they beat them. Yep, such an advantage. I know. That's what made all of those mines fall away on the border, because, you know, we saw a bunch of mine signs here. Yeah? So by doing that, it made all the mines fly off of this because of how gravity worked. Crazy, right? Yeah, right? The mines just fell out of the ceiling. Just crazy. Yep, I know. So, pretty heavy advantage. Weird thing about the trucks, though, in the beginning, but I'm going to gloss over that. Anyway, 42 seconds. I'm going to wrap it up here. We'll be doing DayZ in about 3 or 4 hours. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.